Hello there, my name is Nate Jackson, the Eclipser. Welcoming you all to the first part in our review of Series 14 of the Eclipse series, Roberto Rossellini's history films, Renaissance and Enlightenment. Kicking off with the first in 3 films, Blaise Pascal. Blaise? Somebody gonna have to tell me because I wasn't paying attention. 1972, 129 minutes, color, monaural, and French with optional English subtitles, optional English Italian soundtrack, 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio. So you got a taste of Rossellini with Criterion 8 with The Flowers of St. Francis and his last review, The Taking of Power by Louis XIV. And it seemed like, at least with the last one, you got an impression that Rossellini in the 70s did a lot, went through this period of exploring history, 60s and 70s, explored history, really thoroughly, and did like a lot of biopics. And that may be entertaining to some, but it's more informative than entertaining, in my personal opinion. And I'm sure Criterion 8 feels the same way. Now I got a chance to see The Taking of Power by Louis XIV before Criterion 8 returned it, and between the two, I think this one is particularly more interesting than Louis XIV. Mostly because Pascal's life was more interesting. He was a mathematician who came up with a bunch of different laws and things that we mathematicians still use today. And the movie just basically shows his life and how he came up with he designed this like ancient calculator, and a lot of the movie involves how he persevered through his illness. Since the age of 18, he had suffered through a bunch of different illnesses that plagued his life until he died at the age of 39. And so you see him getting ill but continuing to work. And there's also, and it's not just math. He also used theory and logic, such as a long scene involving a woman who confessed to being a witch. And so it's not just Pascal's mathematical ideas that are displayed throughout this movie. It's his just logic and theory. And there's not much really more to say because of the fact that it is simply a biopic about his life. I can only say, if you want to know more about him, read a book. That's the best description to describe something like this. As far as Rossellini's slant, it definitely plays like The Taking of Power by Louis XIV. It feels like, these sets and the actors are kind of, reading the lines. There isn't a need for emotion because it is simply matter of fact. And because of that, it does play like a high school play. It was mentioned, and I looked online, and it was mentioned that this was actually broadcast on, I think, Italian TV back in the 70s first, which would make more sense. And I'm wondering if all of them aren't like this, considering the fact that The Age of the Medici is a 3-episode set. There's 2 episodes on disc 1, and it's split up into episodes. So I'm wondering that these are actually TV broadcasts rather than movies. So anyway, outside of that, I have nothing more to say. Pascal's life was definitely a very interesting one, and I definitely thought that I didn't know about his illnesses. I knew who he was. I vaguely knew about his math, the things he came up in the field of math. But I definitely did not know about how ill he was. I didn't know how ill he was and how he tried to work through that. So an interesting and almost inspiring kind of story. So Blaise Pascal gets an A from me. There you are. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and sorry about getting these out late. Just like Criterion 8, my life is full of stuff too. But we're on track, and we will see you all tomorrow for The Age of the Medici, parts 1, 2, and episodes 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully. There's a slight chance we may need to split these up into 2 parts, disc 1 and disc 2, but probably not. No, we're probably going to have to. We're going to try and knock all 3 episodes out in one fell swoop. So, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you much, and we'll see you all tomorrow for The Age of the Medici. Until then, goodbye.